Ever pondered why the universe seems like an unlimited buffet of galaxies, yet we can't even find the salad bar? Ah, the universe, a sprawling expanse of cosmic wonder, a grand symphony of celestial bodies. It's an enigma, a bewildering maze of galaxies, stars and dark matter. A place where questions outnumber answers. A place where the very fabric of reality is woven from mystery and marvel. So fasten those seatbelts and prepare to be astonished. Hold your horses, folks, we're about to take a wild ride through the cosmic timeline. Scene script. Picture this. A time when there was no time, a place where there was no place. Sound like a bad riddle? Welcome to the universe before the Big Bang. Ah, the Big Bang. It's a bit of a big deal in the scientific world, you know. It's the moment everything we know and love, stars, galaxies, late-night takeaway shops, came into existence. But what was there before that? Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Some scientists proposed that before the Big Bang there was, well, nothing. A vast, infinite void of nothingness. Sounds a bit dull, doesn't it? But it's a bit tricky to wrap your head around. How can something come from nothing? Another theory is that of the quantum fluctuation. This suggests that the universe was born from a random fluctuation in a timeless, spaceless realm of quantum weirdness. Imagine the universe as a cosmic lottery ticket, and we hit the jackpot. But again, it's a bit of a head-scratcher. Then there's the cyclic model, which proposes that our universe is just the latest in a never-ending series of universes. It's like the universe is caught in a never-ending cycle of binge-watching its own existence, then hitting the reset button and starting all over again. There's also a rather cheeky theory that suggests our universe is just a holographic projection of a two-dimensional reality. Yes, you heard that right. We could all be living in a cosmic version of a 3D movie without the need for those silly glasses. But here's the kicker. We may never know what was there before the Big Bang. It's one of those mysteries that keeps physicists awake at night and fuels the plots of countless sci-fi movies. So, from a big load of nothing came a Big Bang. Makes perfect sense, right? Imagine the biggest explosion you can think of. Now multiply that by about a gazillion. That's the Big Bang for you. Now the Big Bang wasn't a typical explosion. Oh no, it was something far more dramatic. It was the very birth of the universe itself. Picture this. Around 13.8 billion years ago, everything that exists, all the matter, all the energy, even space and time themselves, were crammed into a tiny, infinitesimal point. We're talking so tiny that even an atom would look like a giant in comparison. Then, in the blink of an eye, this tiny point began to expand. Not just a bit, mind you, but at a speed that would make a cheetah look like a tortoise in slow motion. This, dear listeners, is what scientists call cosmic inflation. But don't confuse it with your monthly rent inflation. They're not quite the same thing. Cosmic inflation is a theory that explains why the universe is as large and as uniform as it is. According to this theory, in the first teeny-tiny fraction of a second after the Big Bang, the universe expanded exponentially. That's like going from the size of a raisin to the size of a football field, just like that. Now you might be thinking, but how can something so big come from something so small? Well, that's a good question, and one that scientists are still trying to answer. But one thing they do know is that this rapid expansion was driven by a type of energy field that existed in the early universe. This energy field, known as the Inflaton Field, is what caused the universe to expand at such an incredible rate. So in a way, you could say that the universe didn't just expand, it was blown up like a balloon by this Inflaton Field. And just like that, our universe went from being the size of a pea to larger than a galaxy in less than a second. Talk about a growth spurt. Ever wondered where all those twinkling stars come from? Spoiler alert, it wasn't a cosmic fairy with a glitter wand. So let's dive into the birth of stars and galaxies. After the Big Bang, the universe was an incredibly hot and dense soup of particles. As the universe expanded, it cooled down, and these particles began to clump together, forming the first atoms. This process is a bit like making a snowball. You start with a small core, and as you roll it around, it gathers more snow and grows bigger. Only in this case, the snow is hydrogen and helium, and the snowball, well, it's a star. Now imagine this happening on an unfathomably large scale, with billions of these snowballs forming and growing. When enough of them clump together, they create so much pressure and heat at their core that they ignite, giving birth to a star. But what about galaxies? Well, while stars are busy forming, gravity is also pulling clusters of them together. These clusters of stars, bound by gravity, form galaxies. And just like a bustling city filled with people, a galaxy is a hub of stars, each with its own story. Now, bear in mind that this process takes a terribly long time. We're talking millions, billions, even trillions of years. And the distances involved are equally mind-boggling. To give you an idea, the distance from our Sun to the nearest star, Proxima Centauri, is about 4 light years. That means light, travelling at a speed of about 186,000 miles per second, takes 4 years to reach it, and that's just our cosmic neighbourhood. So the twinkling stars we see at night are not just beautiful, they're also ancient. They're a glimpse into the very distant past, a testament to the slow, patient work of the universe. So next time you're gazing at the stars, remember, you're basically having a peek at the universe's baby pictures. From the primordial soup to your morning cup of coffee, life's journey has been a long one. Picture this. Billions of years ago, our dear planet Earth was but a hot, volcanic mess. Not exactly the holiday destination you'd have in mind, eh? But then, life, in its infinite wisdom and patience, decided to set up shop amidst the bubbling lava and noxious gases. One might even say life had a penchant for the dramatic. And thus, the first single-celled organisms were born. With time, these microscopic critters evolved, adding more bells and whistles to their biological makeup. Fast forward a few billion years, with a lot of trial and error, we have the first multicellular organisms. Now that's what I call a glow-up. But life didn't stop there. Oh no, it was just getting started. From the depths of the ocean, life decided to take a little vacation on land. And so the first plants began to sprout, turning our barren planet into a green paradise. Then came the dinosaurs, the rulers of the prehistoric world. They were gigantic, fearsome, and could probably squash us like bugs. But a little asteroid decided to crash the party, and just like that, the reign of the dinosaurs was over. Yet, life persevered. It crawled, it walked, it learned to use tools, and eventually it learned to think. And thus humans were born. From discovering fire to inventing the wheel, humans have come a long way. And in the grand scheme of the universe, all this happened in the blink of an eye. From the formation of the cosmos to life on Earth, it's been quite the journey, hasn't it? And here we are, pondering the universe while sipping on a brew made from beans picked halfway across the globe. Talk about interstellar. So we've zoomed from nothingness to everything in just 10 minutes. Not bad, eh? Quite a cosmic journey, wouldn't you agree? We've travelled from the grand quandary of the universe to the mind-boggling concept of nothingness, and through the fiery spectacle of the Big Bang. We've seen cosmic inflation stretch the universe faster than a pair of old gym shorts, birthing stars and galaxies in its wake. We've marvelled at the cosmic ballet of celestial bodies dancing to the symphony of gravity. And we've pondered our own existence, tucked away in a tiny corner of the universe, in a galaxy we call home. Along the way, we've chuckled at the cosmic ironies and gasped at the grandeur of it all. The universe, dear listener, is a vast, mysterious place filled with wonders beyond our comprehension. It's a cosmic soup, a swirling cauldron of matter and energy, of time and space, and we're just a tiny speck in this grand cosmic play. But let's not forget the most important part. We've also discovered that the universe in all its complexity began with a bang and ended with a cup of coffee. Yes, you heard it right, because after all, what's a cosmic journey without a good cup of joe to wrap it up? So, next time someone asks you about the history of the universe, you can tell them it all started with a bang and ended with a cup of coffee. Sounds about right, doesn't it?